Now, back live with Andrew Bolt with the Bolt Report.
You're going back to that race politics I was talking about at the top of the show. One senator in particular has been trying to show the hypocrisy in this new politics of race. It's David Leyonhjelm, the Liberal Democrat. He lodged a complaint with the Human Rights Commission when a journalist of the left, the Sydney Morning Herald's Mark Kenny, called him an angry white male. Now, Leyonhjelm didn't really want Kenny punished. He just wanted to show the double standards of the Racial Discrimination Act and the Human Rights Commission. You know, this is the law and the commission that were used to sue 3 Queensland students for merely complaining that having Aboriginal-only computers at the university was racist. All right, predictable. The commission has now dismissed Leyonhjelm's complaint, angry white men's not racist, and he joins me now. David, are you disappointed? Have you wiped away your tears yet?
Oh, I'm still so angry, and no, it's a bit of a joke, really. I mean, I don't think the Human Rights Commission actually understands the legislation, its own legislation, especially not 18C. And there's a very strong implication in their response to my complaint that I can't complain on the grounds of racism, you know, in terms of 18C, because I'm white. It's only intended for people who are not white, who suffer from racism, who've got grounds for complaint, and you know, I'm excluded because I'm white and male. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm thinking seriously about.
What reasons did they give, though?
There was quite a long letter, 2 or 3 pages, long letter. They went through piece by piece. We disagree with it profoundly. I disagree with it profoundly, and we've gone back to them and said, you know, you've made various assumptions. They even started off by describing my complaint as racial vilification, which of course it wasn't. It wasn't about racial vilification. All I complained about was that what Kenny said about me was unlawful under 18C, and so that was what I'm setting out to establish, and I'm still going to seek to establish that. What I want to do, of course, is highlight the fact of how stupid it is that the law would find something like that unlawful, and the law shouldn't exist. So
Can I pick up your understanding of this, David? From what you're saying, are you suggesting that if someone calls you an angry white man, that's fine by the Human Rights Commission, but if you started to generalise about angry black men, that wouldn't be okay? Is that what your understanding is?
That's the clear implication, that if I had been described as an angry black female, and then also called boorish and with the what was it, something of a Besser block, or the empathy of a Besser block, and various other you know, not polite things that were said about me by.
Oh yeah, it was abusive.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and as I said, it was directed at an angry black female. I don't think the Human Rights Commission would hesitate in saying I'm a very naughty person. But you know, being angry, being white, you know, you can't be. I'm a privileged group. I can't possibly have ever experienced discrimination. Therefore, how can I possibly complain on behalf of people like me?
And so everyone's pigeonholed in their tribes. Look,
yeah, that's right.
Good luck with that. I hope you cause them further distress and embarrassment. By the way, you helped to embarrass the Turnbull government today. It thought it had the votes to in the Senate to agree to set the backpackers tax for foreigners working here on the holidays at 15%. You and some other senators today blocked that and said no, it had to be 10.5%. The government's now refusing to shift, and you at least have changed your mind. What's going on? You're now saying, oh, look, I will change, you know, go to 15% after all. What's going on?
Well, yeah, well, it's a little complex, but the government is arguing that if this bill doesn't pass at 15%, they won't approve it at 10.5%. Therefore, it'll basically be the status quo, and the status quo they're arguing is 32.5% tax on backpackers from the first dollar. Now, I argue, and I think I'm on very safe grounds, that that's not the case. The status quo is zero tax up until the tax-free threshold, $18,200, same as Australians pay. Now, the government is saying, oh, the tax office is going to classify all the backpackers as non-residents for tax purposes. Now, they're basing that on 3 AAT cases, Administrative Appeals Tribunal cases. The facts in those cases are very atypical of most backpackers. They're very unusual. Now, if their government is relying on those 3 cases, and that's what they're saying, and there aren't any other cases that I know of, then most backpackers will qualify as residents for tax purposes. It's not that hard to be a resident for tax purposes, and you pay 0 tax up to $18,200. So it's possible.
Are you trying to tell me that we have gone through this yelling and this screaming and Jackie Lambie going spare in the Senate and this yammer for weeks over something that actually might not make much difference one way or the other?
Yeah. Now, look, the bottom line of this is it's a tax grab. It's a tax increase by the government. They want the revenue that they project will be gained by taxing backpackers. I'm less averse to taxing backpackers who are foreigners than I am about taxing domestic, Australian residents. But nonetheless, I'm still not all that keen on taxing people, especially if it stops backpackers from picking fruit on the farms. Now, the reason that I increased I was prepared to support 15% instead of 10.5% is because I got a concession from Scott Morrison. That was the main reason. The bill that we're considering in the Senate it does require farmers who want to hire backpackers, plus tourism operators and so on, to register before they can hire backpackers. And that register will be publicly available. And so, the Australian Workers' Union or any other union...
Listen, honestly, I think most of Australians looking at what's been going on, preoccupying Parliament for the last week, will be thinking, what the hell? What's in this for us? But you're the man that's got to make the call, so good on you. Thank you so much for joining us, David.
Pleasure.